Put your hands together for my man Vinny Vin, DJ Vinny Vin. Young people about to take over the show, man. The young folks taking over. They're taking over. Yo, we're back. And while we were on the break, we were having fun with two special people in the crowd. I ain't gonna say no names, but there were special folks in the crowd. So put your hands together for the special folks in the crowd. All right, so we over here having an intimate conversation with Lil G. And for those who are just now tuning in, synclive.com, synclive.com, synclive.com. For those of you who are just tuning in, my man Lil G from Silk. For those who remember the group, Freak Me Baby, Lose Control. You know, there was a hot song on that one album that I really love a lot, man. I'm gonna come back to that in a few seconds though. So I want you to follow me. Everybody follow me here, all right? R&B comprises of two components, rhythm and blues. Do you think we've lost the blues in R&B?
We almost did.
We almost did.
Yeah. I'd say it's 50% of it is still there, but we plan on bringing it back to the other 50.
Say word. Put your hands together. Y'all can't hear stuff like this and just be sitting there like, you know, nothing's going on. You know what I'm saying? You know, that's a whole lot because personally, I think we lost a whole lot of blues and rhythm and blues.
Yeah, we did, man. There's no stories anymore.
There's no
man.
stories.
People don't want to hear about, you know, that all the time. You know, there's more to it, you know. I mean, you know, when it, like, for instance, when it comes to making love, you don't just jump in the bed and just hop right on into it, you know what I'm saying? You got to slow groove it. You know,
slow groove it.
You got to take them to the left, take them to the right, and then you...
It's a story. Come on, ladies, put your hands together. Come on now. Y'all should know. That's a story. You know? There's a song called Girl, Is You For Me? Now, I don't know, but y'all don't know that old song. It's on the first album, Lose Control. Now, that song right there is a story. Now, the album itself basically is kind of sexual, but it's more sensual than it is sexual. Okay? Now, that one song was one of the baby-making songs of the early 90s. We're going to come back to the number of how many babies were made. I'm going to give y'all that in a few seconds.
You took a poll?
Dog, I took a count. But we're going to come back to that. I'm just making sure everybody kind of like, you know, keep a listening ear, you know what I'm saying? So, listening to the sounds and the styles right now of music, give me your thoughts of the direction that R&B has taken today.
It's become more commercial than raw. Than just raw and true R&B.
Okay.
It's been commercialized. Commercialized. Did I say commercialized? I make up words, y'all. Philosophizing on the aspects of R&B and stuff. But yeah, it's become electronic. And you know, I just feel like the real elements of R&B are just gone now.
It's gone now. So the whole purpose now is to actually bring that back. Because I mean, a lot of it, you know, hip hop has actually, and you know, hip hop is good and it has its ways, but it has actually infiltrated into the R&B sector, in which took away from R&B the realness of R&B. You know what I'm saying? That rhythm and the blues, it actually took away from the blues. Now it's called hip hop R&B, but the blues is not really there. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I think we're actually missing today. And talking about that, now let's go to the decession, the decession of the group. The decession of the group. What happened to the group in the early part of the millennium? That you went your way and the group just kind of like went theirs.
Well, you know, I was at a point in my life where there were some other things that I wanted to accomplish, and that I wanted to experience, that I wanted to do. And it had always been known, you know, that I wanted to, you know, step out and take an opportunity to do something different, you know, besides that, so that people could actually see
who you are,
more elements of me and who I really am.
Okay.
wrong. I'm a freaky little boy. So I'll sing about it all day, you know, but there are other elements, you know, to me than that. So that's what I wanted to express. That's what I wanted to get out. So, you know, it was an amicable thing. You know, we weren't, you know, fighting with each other or whatever and things like that. It was just decided, you know, I just decided to make my move then. And so they decided to stay together, you know, and to keep it going until I was able to step back into the fold. So,
Okay. Sounds, I mean, and that's a good thing, because now these days you don't actually hear a lot about that. I mean, people are breaking up because of monetary reasons. People are breaking up because, you know, chemistry doesn't work together, or they just can't work together, period. But it's one thing, you know, my question to you is, do you feel that when you separated yourself, I'm not going to say that you left, but when you separated yourself for the time being, that it helped you grow and also helped them grow at the same time?
I believe so. You know, I believe any situation that you put yourself into, you know, it's the wrong thing to do if you don't get anything out of it. You know, if you don't advance in any kind of way.
Put your hands together for that. Very good. So the whole thing is reinvention. You got to reinvent yourself. You can't stay stagnant, because people actually forget about you. Eventually, people do forget about folks. So your whole purpose in life is to actually reinvent yourself over and over again, so that people see you not just as in a box, but outside the box, right? So I know most of all groups that I know, okay, they have finishers. Does anybody know what a finisher is? Nobody knows what a finisher is? Take Six has Mark Cuban, okay? Boyz II Men had Wanye, right? Jodeci has JoJo or Casey, mainly Casey, okay? Who does Silk have? Lil G. Lil G.
Say it loud!
Silk has Little G. Now, when I look around, do you think that the industry is putting together quality singers and vocalists that can qualify themselves as finishers?
Ask the question again.
Do you think that the industry is putting out singers and vocalists who can qualify themselves as finishers? We got time. We got time.
There's a couple out there.
There's a couple out there.
There's a couple. Only a couple, though. I don't say any names.
Very few.
Because I don't want to, you know.
Yeah, I got you.
Because they're still.
I got you.
We're still all comrades, no matter what, you know. And I don't like to, you know, say anything negative. I always like to put positive energy on everything.
Put a positive spin.
But truth of the matter is, there's only a couple.
Oh, I know. Yeah, I saw the number. I'm with you. I'm gonna
leave it up to you
to figure that out. See, one of my main reasons for that question was because when I look around, I listen to the groups like Intro, who stuck around only for a little while. I mean, they had singers in that group. When I look at groups and live bands like As Yet, oh man, they all had singers in that group. You know what I'm saying? And for some reason, they just couldn't stick. They just couldn't gel together. You know. So that was my real reason for that question. I did take an account of all the babies that were made off that Lose Control album. Does anybody want to know the count? Babies that were made? Babies that were made from 1992 to 2002, 117,475,627 babies were made on that Lose Control album. Now, the amount of babies almost made, 245,241 babies almost made. We're going to go up to the VIP, y'all. Put your hands together for my man right here. My man, Lil G. Yo, Vin!